Okay, it's recording now. Alright, let me continue from where I stopped. So I said if you want to get let me continue from where I stopped. So I said if you want to get or to know the data type or the type of data um that you are working with at the moment, you make use of the type function. You use this type function, type, open bracket and close bracket. So let's make use of this as an example. I will tweak it and um use another function. So let's say x is 10. It's going to tell you the type of data this 10 is that we are working with at the moment. So you can see class int. This int means integer. So if I say John, watch. Let's see the type of data type like data this John is. So you see class string str string represents string. So let's use another one. Say 2.4, 2.6. Let's see what will happen. String. So why a string is that we use um, um quotation mark like this kind of symbol to represent string. So if I remove this symbol now, you see what will happen. Let's see the type of data this 2.6 is. Remember what is actually doing this is a float. What is helping us to know the data type we are working with at the moment is this type function. This type function. So if I remove this type function, it will give me the type of data type I'm working with at the moment. So if I do false, let's check the type of data type. You see boolean. This bool means boolean. False. If I do true, let's check the data type we're working with. So boolean. So false, true, they are all boolean. So that is basically that for knowing the or getting to know the data type you're working with. We'll make use of the type function. So now setting the data type. Now in Python the data type is set when you assign a value to a variable. Now you don't just will I say okay, let me use who's joining. Okay, I'm sharing my screen now. Can you see my screen? Hello, can you see my screen? Eh?
Yes, I'm seeing it now.
Okay, blessings, can you see my screen? Eh?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So I said if you want to um know the kind of data type you are working with, you first of all have to create a variable and assign a value to that variable. Are you getting me? Remember that I said we have different type of data types in Python. We have different types of let's say data type in Python. We have a string, we have integer, we have float, we have complex numbers, we have list. So for instance, if just take a look, let's watch what we have. If I say list, So I want to know the type, like the data type this part of this this bracket form, and the values inside, like which data type am I currently working with. If I run it, it's going to tell me, this type function is going to tell me, okay, this kind of data type I'm working with. You get? So let's, well, say list. So this thing you're seeing here is a list data type. So there are different other kinds of data type based on the ones we've explained. We have tuple, we have range, we have dictionary, like from what I explained the other time. Then we have sets, frozen set, boolean, byte area, memory view, and the non-type. So you don't really need to maybe say, "Oh, I want to cram everything." Just know the concepts, know what's like, how to define each of the data type, how to work with the data types. So I think moving straight um to the next thing here. Let's move straight to the next one. So let's look at Python numbers. We'll move straight to Python numbers. So in Python here, that basically, now remember that numbers falls under the numeric type, like numeric types of data type. Now there are basically three types of um, numeric types. We have the integer, float, and complex. Now take a look at this. Just watch. So so it's going to print the kind of data type that we are working with. That's this. Okay, it's not defined. I'm coming. Not IJ, sorry. 1J. No, in complex number we have IJK, like three dimensional. You get 1J. So we see integer. This first one is an integer. The second is float. The third is complex. So any value like maybe 5, it has like a decimal point 0 up. Just in as much as a like a decimal stuff is there, is it falls under float. Then the complex number we have ij. Let me put another one, plus 2k. Okay, I'm coming. Okay, let me do this here. 2j. Still falls under complex number. So in working with Python numbers, we have the integer, floats, and complex number. Integer, floats, and complex number. So I've kind of like use this function to verify the type of like any objects. Now take note of this. This thing you are seeing here, this 1, 2.8, this, they are called objects or values. Objects or values in Python, you refer to them as objects or value. So that is basically that for that. Now for integers are like normal like in mathematics. Now Integers are whole numbers that can either be positive or negative, but they don't have decimal. That's the difference in between integers and floating point number. Floating point numbers have decimal, while integer does not have. Integers can be both positive or negative whole numbers that doesn't have decimal. That's just the simple explanation of that, and I think is well understood. Now, in floating point, like we'll call it float or floating point number. Now, they're either positive or negative, but they contain one or more decimals. If you take a look at this now, you can see it contains one or more decimals. So that is basically that for integers and for floats. And I think it's well understood, right? The difference between integers and floats. Before I continue, do you understand it now?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. So now also there is in mathematics there is a number. Maybe you want to kind of raise something to the power of 10. We make use of this e to indicate the power of 10. Now, for instance, let's do something. Let's take a look at. Let's do something. I seen it now. I seen it now. So if like this thing, it means 89.4 raised to the power of 10. So I'm raising these values to the power of 10. Exactly. Exactly. Do you know what I just did now? Hello. Please respond. Do you know what I just did now? Eh?
Sorry, is that thing exponential or what that
Yeah.
is it
Yes.
representing exponential?
It's exponential. Yes. It's exponential. Maybe you want to raise this 89. Now, let's do something. Let's see.
But is normal is it normal letter E or
Yes, normal letter E. Yes, normal letter E. Just small letter.
okay, sir.
Mm. So you can see now. I raised this. Now it's just basically it works. Is power of 10. No, not it's power of 10. Now if you say 5e2, it means you are raising 5 to the power of 10. Like, do you understand what I just did now? Like, to be 5 times 10 times 10. Do you get it? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Let me continue. Now we have complex numbers. Complex numbers. Now in complex numbers we have the the real parts and the imaginary parts as for the mathematics. Now I can define just the imaginary parts and also define it together with the real parts. Let's take a look at what this lines of code is going to do. First, let me print their values first. And then let's run it. So the three of them are complex numbers. So we have the imaginary part here, where this j, this 5j, the imaginary part, and the real part. So I think that is well understood, right? You understand that one, Abby? Is that understood? Is that understood?
Yes.
All right.
Said, "You got this. I believe in you."
Yeah.
Okay, now let's move to let's move to type conversion. Now you can convert from one type to another. For instance, I can convert an integer to a float. I can convert a float to an integer. I can convert an integer to a complex number, and also convert a float to a complex number. So that is what type conversion is. Like you are a kind of changing from one data type to another. Now let me continue. Let me just make use of this as an example. Now if you want to convert from integer to float, it's very simple. All you have to do is to just call the float the float keyword. Remember I said something earlier on that in Python there's what we call keywords. That keywords are like reserved words that are used. Let me be seen. Like keywords are like reserved words that are used for like a specific function. So for instance now if I want to convert from integer to float, all I have to do is after defining the the variable for the integer, assigning it, I'll just kind of just watch. Let me do something here. So if I say converting integers to floats, so I have x equal to 10. Remember, if I'm converting this 10 now to floating point number, it's not going to be having a decimal. So for me to do that, it's very simple. All I have to do is now I've created a variable that is holding this 10. Now I want to convert this x, this integer, this 10 here is an integer. So I want to convert it to float. I'll just do okay, convert to float. I'll say float x. I see that now. So this float now is a keyword, like a function itself that is helping to convert the integer to floating point number. So what I'm going to do is to print out like the conversion, like the converted type. All I have to just do print convert to float. I seen that now. So it's having 10.0. Same thing, I can also do the same. I say 10.0. I say convert to, okay, let me say y equal to 12.4. Watch out. Convert y to integer. So I'll do z. Now this yz, they are variables. This y is holding the floating point number. Z now will now be the variable that will do the conversion to hold the new like integer data type now. So I'll now do z equal to int y. Now what is happening here is that this y, the value of y is 12.4. Mm. So if I put this y here, I'm actually calling this 12.4 to be inside it to convert it to integer. So now what I'm going to do, if I do print z, look at what will happen. I seen that now. I seen it. Hello, did you see my screen? Did you see what just happened?
Yes,
It's loading. It's just moving in circles.
Okay, but can you see it now? Can you see my screen now?
yes, but like zoom it.
You said as you zoom it.
No, like what I mean is, I'm just seeing different hair, something like I'm seeing it now.
Okay, I see.
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay, so I said now I converted this 12.4, which is a floating point number, to an integer. You remember that an integer does not involve a decimal number. So what I did here was to, very simple. After assigning the value, the floating point number, which is 12.4, to y is a variable that holds the 12, like that holds that 12.4. Now for me to convert this 12.4, let me, what is happening? Somebody wants to end. Okay, bro, right, you have a question.
not seeing your screen.
You said,
I'm not seeing your screen.
can you see it
I'm
now?
not seeing your screen.
Can you see it now?
No, no, no.
I think it's,
I'm seeing it now.
you're seeing it now, right? But can you see this one?
Yes.
Alright, good. So I'm explaining how this conversion is done. It's very simple. Okay, let me put a comment here so that you understand. So I say assign a floating point number to the y variable. The y variable holds the floating point number. Now convert y, which is a floating point number, to integer. To do that, I will declare a variable z. After declaring the variable z, and then is equal to int. This int is a function that helps to convert this floating point number to an integer. So if I put this int, I'll just put this y inside. I'll put this y inside and print z. This z also is a variable that is now holding the new the converted floating point number. If I say print z, it's going to print 12 and then automatically remove this 0.4. So that is basically that for that. And I can also convert it to um convert um convert to complex number too. So let me say for instance, let's do something like this. Complex number p equal to complex y print p. Just watch. Are you seeing that now? So it converted it to a complex number where this 12.4 serves as the real part, the 0j serves as the imaginary part. So that is how type conversion is done in Python. All you have to do is to ensure that you're making use of the the data type int. For instance, you say int, open bracket, close bracket. You say float, open bracket, close bracket. You say complex, open bracket, close bracket. That is just basically how it's done. So that is that for type conversion. I hope it's well understood. Okay, yeah, Robert, you have a question. Hello, Robert. Hello, Robert, you have a question. Okay, but can you see it now? Can you see it now? Okay, good. I think you know. Do you understand how I converted to complex number? Do you understand how I converted this floating point number to complex number? Please answer me. You said which one? Anyone you don't understand? Eh?
That
Be audible. Let me hear you. Be audible. Let me hear you. Okay, let me explain it again. Can you hear me now?
I was not saying the
Okay, but can you see it now? Can you see it now? Can you see it now?
No, I'm not just saying it.
What about now?
No, no, no. It has gone off. It has
I
gone
think
off.
I think it's network from your end. I can see it clearly here now. Can you see it now? Hello, blessings. Can you see my
It has
screen?
not come off.
Blessings. Can you see my screen?
It was showing just like few seconds now, but it's no longer showing again.
Okay. What of now? I think it's network. What of now? Can you see it now?
Oh yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. But right, can you see my screen now? But right, can you see my screen?
No, no. I'm not seeing it.
I think it's network from your end. It's probably you refresh and come back. Is it? Okay, let me continue. Let me continue. But can you see it now?
No.
You're not seeing my screen till now. See, refresh your refresh.
I can see it.
Alright, okay, alright. Bro, right, just log out. Just leave the call, come back again. So that I think it's network from your end. Leave the call, come back again. If you're not seeing it, yeah. Now, there's one important information that we need to know here. mm. You cannot convert complex numbers into another number type. You can't convert complex numbers into another. So, for instance, I have equal to minus 5j. So now I want to convert this. Convert complex. There's only one to show us now complex numbers. Let me say integer. Say integer. Complex number. Just watch. Just watch. I see it now. complex to integer. You can convert other types of numeric data type to another data type, but you can't convert complex numbers to either integer or floats. But you can convert integer to complex numbers. You can convert floats to complex numbers, but you cannot convert complex number to integer or to floats. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So now let's move to random number. Random number. Now, for instance, in probability, the probability of an event to happen or to occur is, will I say, is a kind of something that is done, will I say, randomly. Now, in Python, you can use like generate numbers, or will I say create random numbers, or numbers between that falls between a particular range. Now, for you to create such type of thing, maybe you want to create numbers between 1 and and uh, and 9. All you have to make use of is to make use of the random function. The random function. For instance, if I want to display a random number, you know what random number is now? Like numbers that falls within a particular range. Now, if I want to display a random number between, let me say, 1 and 10, all I have to do is import the random function, which is import random. Now, this, if you see import random, it means that random itself, this random is a module. We use import to kind of import a module. A module is just like something that has, like, will I say, a function that is carrying out a specific task. A function that is carrying out a specific task. Module is a function, like something that has been programmed already. You just have to call it. Like you import the module and make use of it. So for me to display a random number between 1 and 9, or between 1 and 10, all I have to do is import the random module and then do print random. This random you are seeing here is module itself dot rand range. This rand range means random range, like the range that you want to kind of um work with. Now, and the rand range is 1 to 10. Now, if you want to print numbers between 1 and 9, the first value will be printed first. Why this last one will be 10 minus 1 is going to give you 9. So the value should be seen with 1 to 9. So if you are doing printing values between 1 and 10, that means it will be 1 and 11. Let me explain what I mean here. So yes, you first of all import random. You now say I see what is happening. I see it. Like it's going to be generating random numbers between one and 10, but 10 will not be displayed because the range that that will display will be from 1 to 9. So if I keep running it, it will keep generating random numbers for me. 7. If I run it again, it will generate another random number. 1. If I run it again, it will generate another random number. But they must fall in between 1 and 9. 10 will not be displayed. 2. I see that now. 6. 8. 8. Run it again. 5. So it keeps generating random numbers. Keep generating 6. So that is basically that for that. Now this is the syntax is this. The syntax is this. First import the random number module, which is a built-in module. I'll just do import random, and after importing random I say print numbers between 1 and 9, or let's say 1 and 10. And I'll now do print random. I'll call the module dot rand. This rand means this rand range means the range of numbers you want to display. I say 1 and 11. If the numbers I want to print are between 1 and 10, it will be 1 and 11. If it is 1 and 9, it will be 1 and 10. It is 1 and 12, then it will be 1 and 13. And you'll be increasing the last number plus 1 plus 1. So if I say run, so I say 8, the numbers it will generate will not go beyond 10, like 1 to 10. You will see 11 there. 11 will not be displayed. Why? Because 11 is not part of the value that should be displayed. So I think that is basically for random numbers. Do you understand these random numbers now, or do you have any question?
So whether, like, for example, whether 10 and 1 is inclusive.
He said, I can't hear you.
I said I'm asking whether 10 and 1 is. Okay, I said I was wondering whether 10 and 1 is inclusive.
Okay, now if you want to print numbers between 1 and 10, it will be the the random range will be 1 and 11. 1 and 11. So you be kind of increase it. the numbers the numbers that you want to display. Okay, say they're between 1 to 10. mm, so the round range will be from 1. This round range, so defining the random range to be from 1 and 11, or 11 will not be included. It's just that, like the values that you want to print are from 1 and 10. So 11, you have to like like add, make it to be 11, because 10, 1 to 10, they kind of revolve around, stay in between that 11. So 11 will not be included. You just have to include 1 and 11. So if I want to display 1 to 9, I'll do 1 and 10. If I want to display 1 to 12, I'll do 1 and 13. 1 to 14 and 15, I'll do 1 and 15. Do you understand that now?
Yes, sir.
Alright. So I
But
think,
but sorry.
okay.
So you did 1 and 18. You now displayed 1 and 11. Instead of 1 and 19.
So if you do 1 to 19, it must be in
You
between.
did 1 to 8.
You said if I
I
do
say
1
you
to
did 18. 18.
if I do 1 to 18, eh, the last value here must
Oh
be
yeah.
9. The last value here must be 19. Must be 19.
Okay, because I saw 11 there before.
No,
I don't know
the
what
last
is.
value here must be 19 if you are doing 1 to 18. So the values it will be printing will not exceed 19. It will fall in between 1 to 18. But the last value needs to, you just need to add there must be 19. Do you understand it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think we need to stop here. We need to stop here. We've reached our saturation level. We need to stop here. So we'll continue from where we stop by tomorrow. So we'll stop at Python numbers. So we'll look at casting, we look at strings, booleans, operators, and lists tomorrow. Take notes. Casting, strings, booleans, operators, and lists. So I'd like you to kind of go and just take a look at these concepts. If you have any question, you ask me tomorrow during the class while I will be doing the explanation. Exactly. Hello,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's clear. Thank you, sir.
all right now. So if you have any question, if you have any question now, Emmanuel, let me answer that your question. Let me answer that your question. Let me answer it here. Let me answer it here. I'm coming. Let me get that code that you sent. Send me. Okay, I'm coming. Def fx return x times x print f3 plus f4. Okay. Okay. Emmanuel, are you with me? Hello? Hello?
I'm with you, sir.
Alright, so this is
I'm
the
with you, sir.
okay, good. This is the code. Now I'm going to explain it line by line. You understand what is happening here? Now this def is the
Right.
keyword for defining the function, right? Now this f is the name of the
Yes.
function, is the function name. This x here is the parameter, just like it sounds like a variable, a variable that must have a value. Remember, it's just one parameter that we have here, x, not two. Hmm? So, and I say return x times
Yes.
x. I say return x times x. Now, say return x times x. Now this x is a single parameter that can take any value. Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Good. It's a single parameter that can take any value. Now if I now say print f, what I'm doing here is I'm calling the function f and assigning x to be 3. I getting me now? I
Yes,
getting
sir.
me now? Now remember that this return statement here will return the multiplication of like x times x. It's not going to be 3 times 3. I getting me now?
Yes, sir.
Now it's not going to be 3 times 3, and 3 times 3 is what? 9, have you?
Yeah.
Good. So here now, the value I'll be seeing here is 9. Now plus
Uh,
the value of x here is what? 4, abi?
yes.
Now and I need to return 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is what? 16, right?
16.
Good, 16. So now 9 plus
Yes, sir.
16. 9 plus 16 will give us what? Let's run it.
25.
Good. So that is how that 25 was gotten. Do you understand it now?
Yes, sir.
Do you see it now? 25.
Yeah.
Alright.